In the same week it was revealed that the 22-year-old is now among the top 10 highest-earning female athletes of the year. The WNBA star has made a multi-million-dollar impact on Indianapolis. The WNBA has seen remarkable success in the 2024 season with rising TV viewership, attendance, and commercial figures. A financial expert's analysis shows the local economy has benefited from what is known as the Caitlin Clark effect. This is partly due to emerging stars like Clark and Angel Reese, whose NCAA final matchup in 2024 attracted record viewership that has benefited the WNBA. Although Clark's influence extends beyond the WNBA, it has boosted the Indianapolis economy, totaling tens of millions. Dr. Ryan Brewer, a finance expert, discussed Clark's financial impact with the Indianapolis Star Network. "The figures are incredibly impressive," said Brewer, associate professor of finance at Indiana University Columbus. "They don't seem plausible." He estimates her economic impact on Indianapolis at $36 million and the WNBA at a minimum of $40 million. Let's pause and consider this. That's just for 1 year. We're discussing one player. Such a figure leads experts to suggest that the Fever should sign Clark to a contract reflecting her value promptly. "It would be wise for Indianapolis to secure her long-term at $1 million a year," stated John Holden, associate professor of business law and ethics at Indiana University, to IndyStar. Meanwhile, Brewer noted that players like Reese and Clark are creating a firestorm of excitement for the league, with expectations that record figures will stabilize and continue. Once this happens, he predicts WNBA player salaries will increase, with the new broadcast deal projected at $200 million per season expected to benefit the league. Last season, Clark's rookie contract allowed her to earn slightly over $76,000 as a base salary while she earned $11 million in endorsements. Fellow rookie and first overall pick Victor Wembanyama earned $13.8 million in his first NBA season with the San Antonio Spurs, 184 times Clark's earnings. Brewer also elaborated on Clark's personal contribution to the WNBA. She accounts for 26.6% of league-wide activity. He estimates her impact on attendance at 300%, with revenues and the Fever's valuation skyrocketing. He also claimed that 45% of the broadcast value of WNBA games comes from Indiana Fever games. Interest in college basketball is increasingly shifting to Juju Watkins, the latest collegiate star, who aims to make a record-setting impact when she eventually enters the league. At just 19 years old, she has already shattered multiple NCAA records held by Clark. She became the fastest player to score at least 30 points in 15 games and reached 1,000 career points in just 38 games, 2 games fewer than Clark's previous record of 40. The WNBA is in excellent hands with talents like Watkins and Paige Bookers, expected to be the top pick in the 2025 draft. For now, it is Clark and Reese's time. The Indiana Fever has ended its 8-year playoff drought with an impressive season, marking their return to the postseason. Although they were eliminated in the first round by the Connecticut Sun, the viewership revealed the significant impact of 2024 number 1 pick Caitlin Clark, whose popularity continues to rise. With increased attention on the franchise, the Indianapolis team must make key decisions for its future. With the upcoming WNBA expansion draft for the Golden State Valkyries, the Fever can protect 6 players from their roster. Today, we examine the players they may prioritize. It's evident that Clark will be the top name on the Fever's protected list. The Fever 22 led the team with multiple 25-plus point games and set a record for most three-pointers in a season. She also tied with Kelsey Mitchell as the Fever's leading scorer with an average of 19.2 points. Additionally, she won the Roddy Award and was named to the All-WNBA First Team. With a signed 4-year rookie contract of approximately $76,000 annually, the Iowa alum is a clear choice for retention by the Fever. Lexie Hull, the 25-year-old guard, selected in the first round of the 2022 draft by the Indianapolis franchise, has shown significant improvement after a challenging start. Despite starting only 4 games in her rookie year, her performance in 2024 was notably better. She secured a place in the Fever's starting lineup, replacing Christy Wallace and Grace Berger, and highlighted her contributions with a notable 22-point game against the Seattle Storm in August. Her strong connection with Caitlin Clark also makes her a candidate for the Fever's protected list. Aaliyah Boston. Like Caitlin Clark's rise in 2024, Aaliyah Boston proved her number 1 overall pick status in the 2023 draft with an impressive rookie season that earned her Rookie of the Year honors. Boston maintained excellent performance even with Clark on the team, starting all 40 games in 2024 while averaging 14 points and 8.9 rebounds. Known for her strong presence in the post, Boston excels in short role plays, is an outstanding rebounder, and fits well in the Fever's new fast-paced offense. These qualities make her a strong candidate for the Fever's protected list. Kelsey Mitchell. The 28-year-old Kelsey Mitchell is a compelling choice for the Fever's protected list due to uncertainties about her future. Currently in the WCBA, Mitchell has been the franchise's top scorer for 7 seasons and is the longest-serving starter on the team. As a key component for the Fever, she has led the scoring except for 2 seasons. Her partnership with rookie Caitlin Clark in the backcourt has been advantageous. Given this effective duo, protecting Mitchell in the expansion draft is a sensible priority for the Fever. Nalisa Smith. Smith joined the Fever in 2022 and is one of the few forwards on the roster. Despite some reduced playing time during the season, she still started 37 out of 40 games. Though her end-of-season message raised exit speculations and drew notable fan backlash, the Fever's engagement with Smith in off-season activities suggests they may want to keep her. A trade could still happen later in the off-season, but for now, she's a part of our team, according to Kelly Krauskopf. Temi Fagbini. At 32, she is among the league's seasoned players and one of the few on the Fever roster in her early 30s. She has made a strong impact, especially as a bench player. When others faced injuries or performance issues, she stepped up and started several games, making the most of those opportunities. In 2024, she played 22 games and averaged 6.4 points. This was her first season with the team after a 5-year hiatus. Given her experience, the Indianapolis franchise may hesitate to let go of such a valuable player. Katie Lou Samuelson, Damiris Dantas, Erica Wheeler, Christy Wallace, and Grace Berger could be excluded from the protected players list. The Golden State Valkyries will have the option to select one from this group on Friday. As the Fever approach the WNBA expansion draft, their choices will be crucial in shaping the team's future, highlighting the importance of securing key players like Clark, Boston, and Mitchell for a solid foundation. Sports, culture, and brand development are vital to the growth of well-known brands from Gatorade to Nike. Collaborations like Nike and Michael Jordan led to Air Jordans. Brands have consistently enhanced fandom through successful sports partnerships. During the NFL season, few brands are as well positioned as State Farm, known for its tagline, "Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there." But how does a brand linked to insurance integrate into consumer culture? I spoke with Kristen Cook, Chief Marketing Officer of State Farm, to learn about her role and how the brand leverages sports and culture to forge emotional connections, its support for women's sports, and its ties with athletes like Caitlin Clark. Building emotional connections, the power of good neighbor. Cook emphasized the consumer's importance in State Farm's initiatives. "Our mission revolves around understanding and meeting our customers' needs," she said. Through insurance, financial services, or assistance during crises like hurricanes, we strive to embody the good neighbor spirit. I discussed turning a brand into a verb in my book The Purpose Advantage, and Cook's insights about brand action resonated with me. This perspective shapes the brand's marketing strategies, where community and cultural narratives matter most. Sports are vital, Cook noted. They ignite passions like nothing else and connect families, friends, and communities amidst life's distractions. Caitlin Clark's influence has been transformative, and it's no surprise Stephen A. Smith calls her the golden goose of the WNBA. Her appeal extends beyond the court, drawing audiences wherever she goes. This offseason has shown that the Clark effect transcends basketball, impacting various sports, from golf to football, with Clark now part of a consortium bidding for an NWSL expansion franchise in Cincinnati. Soccer is also feeling her significant influence. Recently, it was announced that Caitlin Clark, the current WNBA Rookie of the Year, joined Cincinnati's ownership group for their NWSL expansion bid. Her involvement has already greatly affected their social media presence. As reported by The Athletic, social media posts surged from 10,000 per day to almost 500,000, marking an impressive 4,900% increase. This surge highlights Caitlin Clark's exceptional ability to attract attention. Jeff Birding, a key member of the ownership group, noted that Clark's involvement greatly improved their visibility. She takes pride in being part of this initiative and has a strong competitive spirit. She is determined to win and make this happen. She's 100 miles away, with her WNBA team in Indianapolis, but she will be significantly engaged, Birding stated. Cincinnati's proposal is unique as the only one publicly endorsed by an MLS club, allowing the prospective NWSL team access to TQL Stadium, which opened just 3 years ago. The proposal also includes plans for a new training facility for the women's team, with the group seeking $5 million in public funding for the development area. The proposed training center will be located in Hamilton County suburbs, near FC Cincinnati's $30 million Mercy Health Center. The 24-acre site will feature 3 full-sized, floodlit soccer fields and a 30,000-square-foot, multi-level facility for the team. We expect to access the site and prepare fields for the 2026 season. While the main building is constructed, we will use a temporary facility on site for locker rooms, meeting rooms, and a medical suite, Birding noted. This plan addresses their training facility needs, especially as Cleveland has an advantage with its current projects. Cincinnati's bid to join the NWSL faces significant competition, particularly from Cleveland. While Cincinnati benefits from the TQL Stadium, opened in 2021, Cleveland's ownership group is advancing rapidly. They have acquired a prime 13.6-acre site across from Progressive Field for a $150 million stadium, initially seating 12,500, with plans to expand to 20,000. Cincinnati is vying for the NWSL's 16th expansion slot, but Cleveland's efforts have complicated Caitlin Clark's ambitions. The expansion fee for the new NWSL team could soar to $100 million, as reported, following Boston and Bay FC's $53 million contributions to join the league in 2023. Despite uncertainties, the franchise ownership group is eager to include Caitlin Clark. The NWSL Cincinnati bid team is excited to welcome Caitlin Clark to our ownership group as we work to establish a professional women's soccer team in our city, FC Cincinnati stated in an earlier announcement. Her involvement has already led to a marked increase in their social media engagement. The WNBA expansion draft is on Friday, and the Indiana Fever might need to release one of their players. Or, they may not. The expansion draft for the Golden State Valkyries will be aired at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN, allowing the league's newest franchise to choose one player from each team to build its 2025 roster. However, the Valkyries selecting a player from every team is not guaranteed. Several scenarios could arise for the Fever. Golden State may pick one of Indiana's players, or the Fever and Valkyries could arrange a pre-expansion draft trade, giving Indiana more control over which player leaves, or Golden State might opt not to select any player from Indiana's roster. Details will be revealed on Friday. Until then, here's what to expect regarding the expansion draft process. How does WNBA expansion draft affect Indiana Fever? Golden State will start building its team by participating in the expansion draft, acquiring up to 13 players before free agency begins. Essentially, Golden State can choose one unprotected player from each team and one unrestricted free agent who has not yet completed their core years. The Valkyries must use their core designation, 1 year's salary for exclusive negotiation rights, on the unrestricted free agent they select. Players who've already utilized their core seasons, including Brittany Griner, DeWanna Bonner, and Brianna Jones, are not eligible for selection, so their teams don't need to protect them. Each existing team can protect up to 6 players on their roster, including outgoing unrestricted free agents eligible for core designation and players they hold rights to who are not currently in the league. Therefore, Golden State can pick from the unprotected list. Golden State can also decide to make trades with teams from which they might select players, trading them either for cap space or other players, or the Valkyries can negotiate to pick a specific player from a team's roster. The Valkyries may opt not to pick a player from a team at all. Each WNBA team has 12 roster spots, and if Golden State drafts one player from each team plus a UFA, they would have 13 players. With free agency starting in January, the Valkyries may prefer to delay filling their roster,